Welcome back into another episode of the Court Sessions Film Room. Today, Mike and I are continuing with our third and final, for at least this round, clip on advantage basketball. So today we have the Warriors and the Trailblazers. Clip jump out to you first.
Yeah, it's what there's no advantage. Basketball's coming out of a double team, and so it's really how do you make reads as far as chest reads or shoulder reads. As this ball begins to drive, he's reading a chest coming in from the corner. Right, this corner defender, he's reading a shoulder or a hand even, and knows that this defender's probably not going to leave the corner three. Because if he comes and commits and sells out, then that's a wide open corner three and can't have that. So he sweeps over and lands under control, which then creates opportunities.
It's a whole lot to get to on a very, very, very quick clip here, Mike. So the first is just this. Draymond immediately just moves the ball. And that's a huge, most people see this and think that's nothing. This is huge IQ. Draymond's not coming down with the head of steam. This is already against a set defense. So Draymond knows he's of no advantage to them way out there. So he immediately just moves it to a ball handler. Here we go with an action. They get nothing. He does it again. Look at Draymond. Come get it again. And like Mike said, here we go. We get the advantage. Now, this is where I really want to start to kind of draw some coaches and players' eyes to some things. So Michael talked about this shoulder read. That means the defender's on the offensive shoulder, which means he has a vision with the basketball in his chest offensively to the rim. Look at the spacing here on the weak side, strong side corner, which the NBA does a really good job of normally having a corner kind of just set to kind of cause some gravity and some decision making. But here's what I want to draw attention to for some of the coaches out there. A lot of the coaches I talk to are running 4 out, 1 in kind of offenses, which I think is great, especially if it obviously fits your personnel. But just because the 1 is in doesn't mean they can't be utilized. And if you don't have a player that's maybe proficient in back to the basket, or you don't want to run your offense through a post, you can still have them be very effective by doing exactly what Golden State does here with Looney. They just kind of put him in this short corner or dunker spot or porch, and almost everything he's going to catch is going to be what Mike and I refer to as an A-B decision. He's going to catch it and finish it, or catch it and move it. And this is a great spot to be because it really holds defenders hostage. He's going to have to stay and give up driving lanes, or he's going to have to go and leave a taller, bigger player really close to the rim, which is also a wonderful thing for the offense. And it really creates a lot of offensive space here for decision makers on the perimeter, but it also puts one of your players that maybe doesn't feel as comfortable in the perimeter in a spot they can be successful. Mike, you want to speak to that dunker spot at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's a place, it's finisher, dunker. It's an opportunity to catch with limited decisions necessary. And so if you can catch and shot fake, you got a really good chance to be successful down there. And that's what Golden State's been doing that for years, taking guys who aren't superstars in their own right, but in their system, they look like superstars because all they have to do is finish aggressively at the rim or move the ball and keep the offense alive.
Mike, you referenced this pickup right here. This is such an important individual skill to have. First, you said like the recognizing of fake defense, like the shoulder, like you said, that limb, just the hand coming in. Jordan Poole here with the kind of high sweep over, and then he lands on balance. Nurkic commits with the chest. Look at the spacing again. Pass, there's your fake at the rim.
That's a good finish at the rim by Looney, which is terrific. But let's highlight the defense that also allowed Looney to get it and what did not happen by the defense. So Nurkic comes right now, and 33 here, Covington has to sink. He's got to sink and put his chest in front of Looney. He's got to take that drop pass away, and 24 has to sink to the elbow, or to the nail, excuse me. He's got to get his feet to the nail. So now what you're forcing the defense to do, instead of getting a layup at the rim, you're forcing the defense to take either one or back to Draymond Green and hit a 3 instead of a 2-footer.
For our listeners, so what Mike really just did was at a very high level take you through, hey, you always want to live with maybe the worst offensive player trying to hurt you. And that's what that would have become. Everything Mike took you through would have led to probably Draymond Green catching the ball with under 7 on a shot clock and having to make a decision. Let's walk through that again, Mike, one more time. 33 bumps down to help the helper to take Looney.
Yep.
24 has to kind of sink to the nail to take away the nearest pass, but yet not overcommit to give Draymond the back door.
So he's playing 2 right now. He's guarding 2 guys, and they're the 2 guys furthest from the basket.
Right.
Now, Golden State is so good because a lot of times that's Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. So that might be a higher percentage shot than Looney at the rim, which is why their finishers look so good, because they get more space than they might otherwise on another team.
Yeah, and think of that point, Mike. They get you said it's so good. Their finishers get more finishes at the rim because of the spacing. Because what happens even early in this possession right here is this defender says, well, I can't stop the ball. I don't want to give up a corner 3. And I talk about this all the time. Corner 3s, when they get up in the NBA, the coach's like, oh, how are we giving up a corner 3? We know it. But what he's saying is, I don't want to give up a corner 3, but yet we're happy with giving up